Come on, run along with us on our 15th birthday boy trip. Who knew when we planned this thing that we were going to run into a major storm and get stuck coming back? We are coming to you from the La Quinta Inn in Tupelo, Mississippi. This place is packed because of all the local people who lost electricity and water with the snowstorm. I've talked to a few people and it's kind of sad, you know, it's not fun when you lose your lights and you're relying on them. But this has been a very nice hotel. They have a nice gym area, as you can see. Friendly staff, clean rooms. It's been a win, y'all.
Mississippi.
Tupelo, Mississippi. What do I think about it? Well, it was just a stop on our final destination, but they do have some nice places to eat. They have a lot of places to eat. They have, if you want to, you can ride around and look at all the Elvis stuff. Elvis was born here.
Love me.
And they have a driving tour. So there's lots of Elvis memorabilia everywhere. Lots of Elvis. Their mall is very nice and clean, and there's a merry-go-round and an arcade in the mall. The mall was pretty cool. The kids liked the mall. And that's about it. So, yeah, we just stayed a night in Mississippi, collecting a state and heading through to our final destination, which is going to be arriving in Oklahoma later today than we wanted. Looking at the maps, there's a few road closures, and what was supposed to be less time than what it is now has changed because of certain detours due to ice on the road still. So we're going to get there a little bit later than we wanted to today, but that is okay. We're going to be staying at an awesome Airbnb, like I said, the final destination for the birthday boy. And tomorrow we're going ziplining in Oklahoma. It's going to be a lot of fun. The drive through Mississippi didn't go quite as we had planned. They had that severe snowstorm, and most of the roads to Oklahoma, or getting to Oklahoma, look like this. Gas station in Mississippi. This is what the roads have looked like, y'all, for the past 2 hours. Nice and slow drive. Woo! And we finally made it to Oklahoma after that long, slow drive. We went to Broken Bow because this was where we were going to go zip lining, which ended up being canceled. Who knew when we left North Carolina? But that's okay. I'm going to show you our cabin we stayed in, which was our final destination. This place was beautiful. Now, as you get the grand tour of the cabin, just know it is Broken Bow Cabin Rentals is who rents them. I'm going to share with you our adventure. As you see, there's no cars in the driveway. You know why there's no cars in the driveway? Because we could not get up the hill. We had to park and walk because we got stuck. We got a little unstuck, but we still couldn't get up the hill. So we had to park on the side of the road coming up and just hike up with our suitcases and everything. What an adventure, y'all. That same evening, around 3:30, we got the call that zip lining was canceled. But you'll see we did some other very fun things in Broken Bow, Oklahoma. Now, if you're wondering, why in the world did we leave North Carolina just to go to Oklahoma? Well, my son, who turned 15, right there, that one, is where he wanted to go. Apparently, Oklahoma happens to be the state with the most Bigfoot/cryptid sightings. So, he wanted to go there. We looked up what to do. We thought staying in a cabin would be cool, and zip lining. Now, the zip lining was off, but there was so much like Bigfoot themed stuff. We really did have a good time, even though we didn't get to go zip lining. Luckily, we were refunded the money for the zip line too. But the stay in the cabin was awesome. We roasted marshmallows at the fire pit. The boys got in the jacuzzi. I attempted to get in the jacuzzi, but it was so cold outside. I could not bear it more than like 5 minutes. So I was out of there really fast. But I did enjoy a bath in the bathtub in this cabin. I could not pass that up. I was like, a bathroom like this, you know, you got to have a bath in the tub. But We absolutely loved our stay at the cabin. We enjoyed cooking the hamburgers and playing games that night in the cabin. It was just so much fun. What a wonderful 15th birthday. I do highly recommend Broken Bow Cabin Rental, excuse me. I do highly recommend that place. And if you're ever going to Oklahoma for Bigfoot stuff, because the whole town had Bigfoot everywhere. We didn't even do as much as we wanted to. One, because we got there a little bit later than we had planned on it. Just because the snow on the roads, we couldn't quite get there at the time we had anticipated. And we left earlier that morning, especially since ziplining was canceled, because we knew we had that storm coming into North Carolina and we wanted to get back earlier. But we didn't beat it, y'all. We didn't beat the storm. As a matter of fact, we ran right into it in South Carolina and pretty much got stuck an extra day. Nice tub, right? Now you see what I'm talking about. Shower was pretty daggone nice, too. But yeah, so we didn't beat it out of there, but we did get up that morning and leave. We had to have someone pull us out of the side of the road. And then we were so lucky we got to help someone else. There was another car near where we were that was coming out after we had gotten unstuck. And we got to push them out of the driveway. That was our first experience helping anyone right here in this area. I guess so, note, if you do travel, make sure, if you do travel and go to Broken Bow Cabins, make sure that if you go, make sure there's not a winter storm that has happened. But we didn't know when we planned all of this. And like I said, it was the week of my son's birthday, and all my kids get a birthday trip. So he says he's going to Hawaii next year, y'all. Should I start a GoFundMe page? Because I am down for that. After this trip and all the times we got stuck, because we got stuck several times coming back, actually. And several other people did too. And we had to help people get unstuck. And people helped us. It was just wild, y'all. But anyway, you know how they say when you're given lemons to make lemonade? Well, we absolutely made lemonade with it. And I was super proud of my child for having such a great attitude. Now, this was me that morning before leaving with a cup of coffee. And I hardly ever drink coffee, but I did have coffee that morning. But here you'll see the deer walking through the woods. And I felt like that was such a blessing to just see that. It was nice and peaceful in the cabin. The kids were still sleeping. And the deer was just right outside my window as I was sipping on my hot coffee. So that was so cool, right? A little gift from God, I felt like. Just magical. Now, unfortunately, we didn't see any Bigfoot in Broken Bow. But it would have been cool if we did. Apparently, they have I can't remember the name of it now, but agency, like a business that does Bigfoot scares. So look into that if you ever stay. And if I had have known about it before I got in there, I would have paid somebody to come scare. But of course, they probably couldn't have gotten there because of the snow. So here go all the other fun places that we went to do some Bigfoot things. And this was us instead of the cave. It was a virtual reality gaming activity. Well worth it. So we couldn't do the zip lining in nature. We chose to go completely virtual reality gaming. We did the pirate ship one. I think capture the Kraken or kill the Kraken. Something like that with the Kraken. But it was a pirate ship and skeletons. And it was super fun. We look a little crazy, but we had never done one of these before, so it was very new to us. And you can see on the TV is what we were seeing through our VR headsets. And of course, the guy had to help us a little bit in the beginning because we were like, what are we doing? Not really sure how to maneuver it. But once we got the hang of it, it was on. And I'm going to post the score. Of course, my husband took the top, as he always does, in all shooting things. But your girl came in second, so I was pretty proud of that. Definitely go to the cave and the Sasquatch Den if in Broken Bow. headed home back towards East North Carolina. We stopped into Monster Mart in Folk, Arkansas. It is a convenience store where you can grab something to eat. They sell brisket and sandwiches and pizzas, but they also have a little museum that is based on the Legend of Boggy Creek movie filmed in the 70s, which is based on several sightings. Now, it's a really neat place to go if you like Bigfoot. We also crashed in Clinton, Mississippi that night to get off the roads and give the boys a little reprieve from riding in the car. They got to stretch their legs and have some fun in the swimming pool. It was much needed, y'all. The driving conditions there and back were difficult, and you could hardly see the road most of the trip. There were several slidings off the road, getting stuck, crashes, but we made it safe and sound. Praise.